Hi, I'm Tim. This is the sixth and last in the series of lessons that will help you learn how to play pop piano. In pop and rock music, it's very common for piano players to improvise embellishments over chord progressions. Embellishments, or licks, are melodic elements that make piano parts more interesting. They also serve to help support the melody of the song. In this lesson, you'll learn a melody and a few licks that you can use to start developing your own embellishment style. The song in this lesson is in the key of F major. The melody and licks use notes from the F major scale. To play an F major scale, start with your first finger on the root F. Then play the first four notes of the five-finger pattern. Up a whole step, up a whole step, up a half step to B flat. Now cross your thumb underneath to play the fifth. Play up a whole step to the major sixth, D, with your second finger. Up one more whole step to the major seventh, E, with your third finger. And finish on F with your fourth finger. Play the F major scale starting with your first finger on the root F. I'll call out the fingering. First, second, third, fourth, cross under, second, third, and fourth. Again. First, second, third, fourth, cross under, second, third, and fourth. To play down the scale, use the same fingering in reverse, starting on F with your fourth finger, third finger, second finger, first finger, cross over with your fourth finger to play B flat, third, second, first on the root. Play the F major scale starting on the octave F going down. I'll call out the fingering. Fourth, third, second, first, cross over, third, second, first. Again. Fourth, third, second, first, cross over, third, second, first. Now play the scale up and down. First, second, third, fourth, cross under, second, third, fourth. Fourth, third, second, first, cross over, third, second, first. Again. With your left hand, the fingering is different from the right hand. It goes like this. Fifth, fourth, third, second, first. Cross over to the D with your third finger, second, first, and back down. First, second, third, cross under to C with your first finger, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Play the scale up and down with your left hand. Fifth, fourth, third, second, first, cross over, second, first, first, second, third, cross under, second, third, fourth, fifth. Again. Now play the scale with your left and right hand at the same time. This can be challenging because your fingers cross at different points in each hand, so try it at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you play the melody and licks, you won't always use this fingering for the notes, but knowing how to play the scale and being familiar with the notes will make it easier for you to learn the parts in this lesson. In the play chapter of this lesson, the same melody starts and ends the song. It uses the notes of the F major scale without the 7th degree, and it goes like this. Let's break this melody down into 3 phrases. The first phrase goes like this. Start with just the first part. Play D, F, F. Play that part a few times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The next part also starts on D. Start with D, F, G, G, then a quick F to D. Play that part. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now play the entire first phrase with both parts. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. The second phrase of the melody goes like this. Start with the first part. Play a D up to a G, then come back down with an F, D, and C. Play that part. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. The next part goes like this. Start with a C, D, F, A, then G, to a quick turn from F to G to F, and finish on D. Play just that part. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now play the whole phrase. 3, 4, 1. The last phrase of the melody goes like this. Starting with the first part, play F, A, C, then a quick turn from C to D to C, to an A with a quick G passing note, to 2 quick Fs. Play that part with me. 3, 4, 1, 2. Again, 3, 4, 1, 2. The last part of the melody goes like this. Start with a quick turn on D, C, D, and F, and finish on A, G, F. Play that part. 3, 4, 1. Again, 3, 4, 1. Now put both of those parts together. 3, 4, 1, 2. If you practice the melody as a series of phrases, it'll be easier to remember. In the practice chapter of this lesson, you can use the cycle button to repeat each phrase of the melody while you practice it. A grace note is a short note that quickly moves to a melody note, like this. Here's the second phrase of the first part of the melody, with a grace note leading to the G. Grace notes can go up to a note or down to a note. Usually, grace notes are either a whole step from the melody note or a half step. You can use grace notes to highlight certain parts of a melody or to give a phrase a relaxed feel. There are a few places in this melody where you can add grace notes. In the second part of the first phrase, add an F grace note leading to the last G. Here's the part without the grace note, and with it. Play that part with me a few times. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. You can add a grace note from G to A in the second phrase of the melody in the second part, like this. Play that part with me. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. And on the last phrase of the melody on the second part, you can add another grace note from G to A, like this. Play that one. 3, 4, 1. Again. 3, 4, 1. When you play the melody for this song, try adding grace notes and listen to how they change the feel of the song. Try grace notes from the F major scale, or use notes that are outside the scale for a different sound. You'll find that there are places where grace notes sound good and places where they don't work as well. Melodic embellishments are used by piano players to add variety to a chord progression. Sometimes these are improvised instead of being written out. In the next few sections, you'll learn some embellishments that work well with the song in this lesson. All of these examples are based on the F major scale and generally work well over an F major or B flat major chord. Here's a lick that uses some notes from the F major scale and a grace note from G to A on the top note. The fingering goes like this. Your first finger on C, second on the D, then skip the E and put your third finger on the F, fourth on the G, and fifth on the A. Start with your first finger and play C, D, F, then the grace note from G to A, and back down, G, F, D, C. Listen to the lick one more time. 1, 2, 3. Now play it with me. 1, 2, 3. Again. This lick uses just the notes from an F major chord. F, A, and C played in intervals. Start with a C with your first finger and an A with your fifth finger, making an interval of a sixth. Move down to another sixth with an A on the bottom and F on the top. Down to a fifth interval with F on the bottom and C on top. Then use your third and fifth fingers to play the major third interval, F and A. And finally your first and third fingers to play a fourth interval on C and F. Listen to how the notes fall on the off beats. 1, 2, 3. Play it with me. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. This lick falls over the change between a B-flat chord and an F chord, and helps emphasize the transition between the chords using a series of intervals. Start with a quick set of fourths from C and F to D and G. Then a major third with your third and fifth finger on F and A. The top note moves up to a B flat with your fifth finger, while the bottom note moves down to a D with your first finger, for the interval of a sixth. This outlines a B flat chord with the major third and root of the chord. Then down to your first finger on C and third finger on F to define the F chord as the fifth and root of the chord. Listen to the rhythm one more time. 1, 2. Now play it with me. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. For this lick, your left and right hands will play 2 octaves apart, descending through the F major scale, but skipping the E. Start with just your right hand. Put your fifth finger on the F, third on the D, second on the C. Then shift your hand down to play the A with your fifth finger. Then a grace note on the A down to a G. Then finish up with your first finger on a D, up to your third finger on F. Listen to the consistent feel of the rhythm. 1, 2. Play the lick with your right hand. 1, 2. Now play the lick with your left hand 2 octaves lower, starting with your first finger. F, D, C. Then move your hand to put your first finger on the A, then the grace note down to G, and finish up with your fifth finger on D up to F. Play the lick with your left hand. 1, 2. Now put both hands together, 2 octaves apart. 1, 2. This last lick is also played in octaves, but this time the left and right hand are only 1 octave apart. It starts with grace notes on an A flat, which gives it a bluesy sound. Start with your right hand. The first grace note slides into the melody using the same finger. Play the A flat with your third finger and slide it up to the A natural. Use your fifth finger on a C. Then your second finger on G and play a grace note from G to F. Shift your hand down for a quick turn on D, C, D, F. Listen to the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Play the right hand with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Play the left hand part an octave lower, starting with your third finger on the A flat grace note up to an A natural, to the C, then the G grace note to F. Shift your hand down for the turn on D, C, D, F. Play the left hand with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now try both hands together 1 octave apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Memorizing some of your favorite licks is a good way to develop your own playing style. Learn some licks in different keys and practice them until you know them well. The more you do this, the better you'll get at improvising your own embellishments while you play. Just like you can use octaves in the left hand to emphasize a bass line, you can play melodies and embellishments in octaves too. There are 2 common ways that piano players play octave melodies. One way is to use both hands to play the same notes 1 or 2 octaves apart, like this. The challenge is that the fingering is different in the left and right hand. However, it allows you to play with a lot of nuance, duplicating grace notes and fast passages in both hands. The other way to play melodies and embellishments in octaves is with just the right hand, using the first and fifth fingers, spanning an octave like this. This technique doesn't require you to remember any fingerings, but it's harder to play fast passages. And depending on the size of your hand, it can be difficult to reach the octave. But playing melodies and embellishments in octaves with your right hand is more flexible because it frees your left hand to play chords or bass notes. You can try both of these techniques in the play chapter of this lesson. For the easy version of the song in this lesson, you start by playing the melody for one cycle of the chord progression. Then use the licks that you learned to embellish the chord progression. Play each of the 5 licks in order. Your piano part will be trading licks with a guitar. First the guitar player embellishes, then you, then the guitar again, and so on. Notice how both instruments leave space for the other to play. For the 3rd time through the chord progression, play the melody again. I'll be playing the melody and some of the embellishment licks in octaves using both hands, but you can start by playing the parts with just your right hand. Once you've mastered the right hand, try adding the left hand octaves. In the advanced version of the song, I'll be playing chords with my left hand and the melody and embellishments with my right hand. Start by just listening. Notice how I'm voicing the chords in my left hand and using the notes of the F scale to play embellishments. Use the notation to help you learn the chords and come up with some of your own ideas. When you're ready, use the mixer to turn off the sound of my piano and play your own piano parts in the song. Now that you've completed this series of lessons, you've got a good understanding of how to play basic pop and rock piano. If you want to continue to develop your piano style, here are some things you can try. Find piano players that you like and listen to their music. This is one of the best ways to start creating your own style. The goal isn't to sound just like them, but to add the parts of their style that you like into your own playing. You can often find notation online or in a music store for popular songs. And try some of the artist lessons available in the GarageBand store. Consider taking lessons with a good piano teacher. It will really help you develop as a musician. A teacher can work with you one-on-one, listen to your playing, and teach you specific techniques and ideas at your own pace. One of the most rewarding things you can do is to find other musicians to play with. This will help you develop different aspects of your musicianship that no amount of practicing by yourself can accomplish. You'll hear new ideas and learn to listen and respond to other musicians. So try to get together with friends and work out some songs. I hope you enjoyed this series. You can also check out other lessons in the GarageBand store that will help you learn even more about the piano. Have fun. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three. Three, four, one. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.